Welcome back, guys, to the podcast, episode 4 of Swimbait Sunday, coming at you on Spotify and YouTube. Super excited about the guest today. I've been fishing his baits for a very long time, and they are all over my page. So, without further ado, let's get him on and start talking fishing. All right, guys, I am here with the owner of Hallelujah Lures. I'm going to give you the floor for a second, let you introduce yourself and what you do.
Hey guys, I'm Nick. I've been building lures now professionally, I'd say, for about 10 years. I've had my Instagram Hallelujah Lures for 10 years now. I just noticed that last year, and before that, I'd say I was building them probably about 5 years or so before I started my Instagram channel or Instagram page. And I was just making them for myself, making them out of wood. And before that, I was doing some lure painting too off of my Facebook page. So I'd say about 15 years or so I've been doing it.
That's awesome, dude. That's quite the tenure in big bait fishing.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, definitely. Well, yeah, man. So we're gonna do a set of icebreakers. Now, I do this with every guest just to kind of get the flow going, get to kind of get to know you, who you are. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start firing them at you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Yeah, man. All right. So at what age did you catch your first bass? And if you can remember, and what did you catch it on?
Oh, my first bass. God, I've been fishing literally since I probably could even talk. So I don't know what age really, but I can remember it very specifically, like my first good bass.
Yeah.
Probably about 7 years old, and we were up at Houghton Lake in Michigan. It's our biggest inland lake.
Okay.
So there's not a ton of bass in there. Like there is a good population of bass, but it's mainly like a walleye lake. It's super
Okay.
deep. And we went out there, me and my dad, and my brother, on a little rental boat, fished day in the sun, and didn't catch crap. And I can remember walking with my pole, dragging just a like a walleye jig head with a ribbon tail, like 6-inch worm.
Yeah.
And I'm dragging that thing along the dock, walking back from the dock, and this big bass just engulfs it. And I'm fighting that thing. The people up at the hotel we're staying at are yelling, "Get him, get him!" It was just like one of those like memories you just remember every second of it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was like I would say about 7 years old was like my really good sized bass.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I had one of those moments too. I was with my dad when I would say I was probably 10 or 11 years old, and we rolled up to we had this little um it's called a Bass Raider. It's one of those little Sun Dolphin type John boat type deals. It's like
Yeah.
a plastic kind of pontoon deal.
Yeah.
And we troll motored over this dock at Smith Mountain Lake, and there was a bunch of girls in bikinis on it. And yeah, so I threw a T rig over behind the dock, and lo and behold, I pull out about a 10.5 pounder
Gee.
right beside all the girls, and they all got up and started screaming and clapping,
Yeah.
and woo, that whole deal. So that's kind of like that story. That's fun, dude. I love that feeling. Everybody's when you're not just proud for yourself of catching a fish, you have people who are excited for you as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I grew up fishing this little pond, and it was like a long stretch of my life, probably like I'd say 10 to maybe like 15. I just fished for carp because this little had carp in it. And a giant carp. I won like 2 fishing derbies there. Just on freaking hot dogs. That's all I use. These freaking carp, man. And people walking around in the park and see me pull these in out of this little pond, big old freaking 10-pound carp. They're like, holy crap. So I remember that feeling of when everyone's just going nuts, seeing you catch fish. That's awesome feeling.
Yeah, no, it's the best feeling in the world, man. I'm not much of a show off as far as fishing, but it does feel good to get a pat on the back every once in a while, you know. Yeah, dude. All right, so we're gonna get to our second one. If you could fish anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
My dream always since I was a kid, like I think I was like maybe 9, 10, and I seen Hank Parker fishing at Lake Casitas, and that was
Mhm.
the first time seeing swim baits. It was
Mhm.
episode of his show, and ever since then that was just a dream. So I don't even know. Like I try and like keep an eye out on them lakes over there, but it don't seem like Casitas gets as much hype anymore. I'm
Yeah.
sure fish in there, but yeah, Casitas has always been like one of them. But any of those lakes out there, like Dixon, Casitas,
Mhm.
like all of them are like my dream. Clear Lake,
Oh yeah.
just to go out there and chuck big trout swim baits all day is like my dream.
Oh yeah. I've heard the stories about all the Huddlestons and stuff out there,
Yeah,
especially on Castaic and
yeah,
Clear Lake. Some of those just absolute monsters being caught, man. That is definitely that'd be a dream come true to take some glides out there and do them dirty.
yeah, yeah. Fishing around them docks and stuff, that'd be awesome.
That'd be insane. See a 14-pounder just come and swallow one. That'd be
Yeah,
dream come true.
I can't even imagine. Like the biggest fish I catch are freaking. If you catch a 6 pounder, that's like catching a 10 out there.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, around in our area, we get them pretty big. I'm in North Carolina,
Okay,
so
yeah,
we get them pretty big. Not quite as big as Texas
yeah,
or California, but we get them pretty fat. Actually took a buddy out, and we went out today, and he was using a Citizen 6, and he caught his PB. He got an 8.4 today,
dang,
which was
that's
pretty sick.
awesome. Heck yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome to be with someone when they catch a PB. I've never had that happen.
it is so fun, dude. Oh, it's so fun, and it's been so crazy because this pre-spawn's finally starting to get going, and fish are
Yeah,
starting to wake up around here. Uh, so this last week, we put two people on their PBs. Like I
wow,
was with, it's been insane. But my buddy of mine caught a 7.4 when I was with him,
yeah,
and then my buddy caught that 8.4 today.
holy crap,
It,
man.
it
Yeah,
has been big bass palooza around
yeah,
here.
yeah. I just seen your posts with the they're hitting glides already down there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're whacking them. I took my buddy Tommy out there the other day. It was just actually, believe it or not, that was his first time ever throwing a glide bait,
Oh wow,
and he landed that monster, which
gee,
was
he's
insane.
life now.
Yeah, no, that's how you get somebody addicted.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I remember I fishing. It was like one of my first times really fishing with a jerk bait, and it was really like it was a knockoff of like a 110 that I
Yeah,
found at a grocery store, and I painted myself with the bass pattern, and that
yeah.
was EB was on that little freaking cheap $3,
Oh my goodness.
and it was like an epic moment. It was just me and my mom out there in like early April, and I
Yeah,
just dead sticking that thing, not catching nothing all day, and it was just boom. I never would have expected a bass like that in this pond, and it was like I think it was around 6 pounds. I didn't weigh it, but it was
yeah,
maybe like 6, 7 pounds, but freaking just a thick, huge fish.
yeah, dude.
It was like holy crap, man! I was like hooked. I've never even really messed around with jerk baits too much.
Mhm.
But yeah, after that, it just gets you hooked when you catch one on them.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah. Sometimes it's the stuff like that that just gets them to bite, man.
Yeah.
My biggest is actually on a jerk bait. It's kind of
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
I throw all these glides and all these big baits. My biggest is on the Guggen, like I think it's the Recon, the jerk bait.
Uh-huh.
It was on a blue Guggen Recon. I,
Wow.
I might be butchering the name on that. I can't keep track of the Guggen names, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was on a blue jerkbait, and it was 12.5.
Gee.
And yeah, man, that was 6 years ago, and I just think it's so funny. I mean, I've got 250s galore, all these ginormous baits, and the bait that I caught it on was a
Yeah.
it was a little jerkbait.
I know. Me too, man. I'm sitting like I tell people they'll be like, "What do you catch on those things, man? These giant bass." I'm always embarrassed to tell people I caught my PB on a freaking little cheap jerk bait, and I got all these freaking swim baits in my collection. And I'm like, no, but I've caught. Oh, I think I lost you. Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you now.
Sorry about that, guys. My internet decided to go out, and yes, I am still shooting this podcast in my dorm room. So
Oh,
we have a it's the Wi-Fi likes to go in and out, and it likes to be make everything interesting when
yeah,
filming and editing and stuff like that.
every time.
Yeah, dude, it
Mine ain't.
happens.
Surprised mine ain't went out already.
Yeah, it likes to give me a heart attack. It likes to get my heart beating. I'm like, oh no, we were literally got the scheduled, and then my Wi-Fi goes out. I'm like, oh gosh,
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
yeah, you just can't sweat that crap. No control of it sometimes.
Yeah, man.
I got my beat.
Yeah,
You're ready to go nuts. He's a crazy little guy. He's my fishing partner.
yeah. I
Uh,
I have a beagle too. Her name's Daisy.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
easy too. That's funny. A long time ago. Yeah,
yeah.
this is Benny.
I do. I love beagles, man. You can't beat them.
Yeah, they're
You can't
awesome.
beat beagles. Yep. Yeah, man. Well, the last icebreaker I have for you. Would you rather only fish soft swim baits or hard swim baits for the rest of your life, and why?
Uh I think I'd do the hard swim baits because I feel like I can get fish to bite them better.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like they got that like triggering power. Like
Yeah.
soft bait's something more they gotta like be hungry to eat it really.
Mm-hmm.
Like you like a Huddleston type bait or anything like that. It's hard to like get them to react to it. It's just got to be like you're rolling and they just hit it on their own. But like if you see like a fish following like a glide bait or something, you could
Yeah.
twitch the thing and make them bite it kind of.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
I can. But yeah, I'd definitely go with the hard bait.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely having that snap of a nice choppy glide or getting that
Yeah,
reaction bite uh definitely has a little more triggering power than just kind of cranking them wide. I feel like. So I'm in the same boat as you there.
yeah, for sure. I feel like the bigger fish though. It seems like they like want to hit them soft baits.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to say, but yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
like the bigger ones like love them slow moving baits. Even on
Mm-hmm.
I caught my biggest glide bait fish just slowly bringing that thing in like an extra slow sink, and I was just slowly winding it in, and it came up to the shore, looked at it, and then I twitched it, and that thing went sideways right at the bank, and it
Yeah.
I was like, just plop that thing right up on the bank right there.
That's insane.
But yeah, I think if it was a soft bait, it probably would have left it alone.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's just that reaction, that little give that 180 or a nice snap to the side,
Yeah,
and just gets them to eat it, man, and just gets them to explode on it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. All right, so we're gonna really dive down the rabbit hole here. I have a couple more. We have a couple more questions for you.
Okay.
Who introduced you to big bait fishing?
Uh I think it'd be Hank Parker probably. That
Mm-hmm.
watching that when I was a kid, and then I like right after that, I remember just going to Bass Pro Shop and getting any like big bait I seen. It, it was a minute though after that of when we really started getting them in Michigan, because like nobody in Michigan like threw baits like that really for bass that I knew
Yeah.
of. So to go to Bass Pro Shop, it was like unheard of. Like back then, it was really just like the Storm, Wild Eye, Swimmer,
Yeah.
all that big one. It like kind of had to just get pike baits basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say Hank Parker for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that the old storm baits. I remember that when I was little, and I remember that was so interesting to me. I never really threw a bunch of them. We always had a pack of them. They
Yeah,
come in those like this 4 packs and
yeah.
whatever. And we would always just kind of have it in the closet. And I was like, maybe these things would work, maybe not. And we
Yep.
kind of chuck them and wind them. And we'd get a striper every once in a while.
Oh yeah, you got
But we would never really get into some big largies. And I think the uh first thing I ever got introduced to big bait fishing was, let me think. Um, I think it was from the 3.5 inch, that little catch code bull shad deal,
mm,
the ABS. I got that in a mystery tackle box and did well on it. But then I heard about all like the ABS chads that came out, and I just kind of went down the whole rabbit hole from
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's sweet seeing like nowadays like how you can get introduced to like big bait fishing without having to like spend a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the like lure builders, it kind of bums them out because there's a lot of competition now. I think it's pretty cool that it's just introducing more kids to it.
Mm-hmm.
Easily go into a store now, pick up a swim bait, and have that experience throwing a swim bait.
Yeah.
Well, they ain't got to spend a fortune, and they can get bait now.
Yeah. And it definitely even then it gets their foot in the door because once you get this sucked up the rabbit hole, even with just one of those the ABS KGB chads,
Yeah,
you fish that for a while, and then after a while it's not enough, and then you start going down the whole rabbit hole and researching resins and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I can understand why bait makers would be upset about that, but at the same thing, it's bringing more customers in the door for them later.
yeah, for sure. Yep,
Yeah,
I get more hype around swim bait and
yeah,
probably
man.
even freaking see swim bait going to a store now and see them.
Yeah,
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 we got Instagram and all that now. Yeah, when I started like with that, just seeing them trout swim baits on Hank Parker's show, like I don't even think I had access to a computer yet. So I was like, I go over my sister's house. She had a computer, and I would look it up on there. And I remember seeing like the bull shad on
yeah.
the first ones, and I was like, "Holy crap, that thing is insane!" My cousin who fishes, I was like, "Look at this thing, man! It's like the most realistic lure we've ever seen." He's like,
Yeah.
"It's a brush. What did they make that tail out of?" I was like, "I have no idea, man. It's crazy."
Yeah, no, they're definitely insane, especially when you first get introduced to them. You're just like, whoa, what
Yeah,
is that thing? I
yeah,
mean, they're like, you're just kind of mind blown that a fish will eat that. And
yeah,
it looks exactly like something you would put catching a cast net or foul hook on accident when you're reeling in something else.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, it's just kind of intriguing, man. The whole big baits is just I don't know. It's like I said, it's a rabbit hole.
Heck yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Like the dude that just loves collecting them and just looking at them, or the builder. I think I'm
Mm,
a bit of both because I could sit there all day just looking at freaking baits on Instagram. It's
yeah.
just I don't know, something about it. It's just my thing. I love them. They're awesome. It's so sweet looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
Always getting ideas and tinkering with different stuff.
Yeah.
Definitely a passion for sure. It gets you hooked.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just something about it, man. Yeah. And yeah, I've talked to a couple of builders and they love their own baits, but they also fish other baits too, you know.
Yep.
I think that's a good way to be. It makes you a well-rounded fisherman for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So all right, what was the first big bait that you ever owned?
Uh Man, it's got to be like I'd say I can remember my first time going to Bass Pro Shop and like starting to see swim baits.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like I got probably like 5 different types, and it was like that storm, the Wild Eye Storm.
Mm-hmm.
It was the original Bass Pro XPS swim. Like
Yeah.
like everyone was spending like $500 on one of them. I got 2 of the originals.
Yeah.
And no hook rash on him, no bite marks, nothing. Caught nothing on him, but I would say like those 2, and then I think that same day it was like a Yum. I showed it on another podcast I did a while back, so I know I still have them. But it was like a Yum big swim bait. It was like kind of like a knockoff of the storm bait, just
Yeah.
big heavy baits that really don't do anything.
Yeah,
Just
they
like
just
a tail
chuck
lock.
and wind. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think another one was like Savage Gear foreplay.
Yeah.
I think that I would consider that to be like one of my first like true swim baits too, like a hard swim bait, even though it
Yeah.
was big bait. But yeah, I'd say that uh Savage Gear foreplay.
Yep. And Savage Gear's been around for a while, and they're They do a lot of stuff in the muskie business. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I think I got lucky and got that here up in Michigan because it was in the muskie section.
hmm
Oh, but it was a little one, and I got it really cheap back then for some reason, like $5 or $6. And then when I would look online for them, they were like $15. I was like, dang,
dang.
on that.
Someone got a steal.
Yeah,
That's sick, dude. Yeah, man. Do you remember your first rod and reel setup? Your first big bait setup?
oh yeah, it was super cheap. Walmart. It was gosh, I want to say ugly stick, but I don't think it was. But I remember it was something like rhino. It just
hmm
on it. I remember that, and it had the glow tip. I don't know
Oh,
if you.
the
Yeah,
Zebco Rhino. We had a couple of those at the lake house.
yeah, yeah. I just got the beefiest rod I could find at Walmart. I had like $30, and I was like, I need a rod because that was when I started making my own, and they're heavy, and I
Yeah.
can cast them things on my regular bait caster. So I just got that, and then I don't know, probably it was like a Cabela's, cheap Cabela's like bait caster,
hmm
nothing special. But like my first good setup, it's a Corrado. Uh, it's what's like 310, I think it is. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a Corrado 300. And
Yeah.
then Shimano. What is the ones? Gosh, I'm blanking on the name of it. The ones that are like blue SLX.
An SLX rod?
Yep. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're like really cheap. Well, not too cheap. Like I think I got it for like 120, but it's
Yeah.
like first true like good swim bait rod
hmm
on all of them.
Yeah, man. Well, that's a good little stick. I've heard nothing but good things about those SLX rods,
Yeah,
especially for first like good intro nice swim bait rod. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's got a nice bend to it. I think it's the 8 footer.
Yeah.
It's a nice bend to it. Yeah, they load up on it, and I usually don't lose no fish on it either. It's got a little bit of a tip to it.
Yeah.
But
Pretty moderate, pretty parabolic.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good.
I'm in the market. I want to get another one though for like my little bit smaller glide baits, like the Angill and that.
Yeah.
Something a little bit softer because it's
Yeah.
only size 1 treble hook on there. So that big 8 foot rod is just a little too big, a little too heavy for it.
Have you looked into Leviathan at all?
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking about, that Mega Bass, the
Yeah.
or no, you're talking about Leviathan rods.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I always get mixed up because I always think it's the Mega Leviathan.
Yeah, that's a good rod too.
Yeah.
The Levante Leviathan
Yep.
swim bait setup. That's a good rod
Yeah.
for sure. But the Leviathan rods makes the Omega Finesse,
Okay.
and that's it's rated from 0.5 to about 2, but I can throw up to about 3 on it.
Oh, sweet.
So it fishes those choppy glides absolutely perfect. Those smaller to mid range choppy glides.
Yeah.
It fishes those absolutely perfect. So if you want to spend a couple extra bucks on it,
Yeah.
well, a little bit expensive, but it's well worth it. And they back their warranties 100%.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot about them lately. They look like
Mhm.
rods.
Yeah, and Trika has released a good set of rods. Their Predator series just came out.
Yeah, I was just looking at them a minute ago. I was looking at your profile
Yeah,
on there. I've never seen that brand. I was like, God, them are sweet looking with
yeah,
that carbon wrapped.
yeah, dude. Yeah, actually, I have a couple right here. I can show you one real quick. Let me grab it for you. Make sure my fan's not on, so I don't stick one in my fan.
Oh yeah, Bill Dance style.
Yeah, no, seriously. Give me hopping and screaming just like Bill Dance too. Dadgummit. Yeah, this is one of these. This is the 6X right here.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
Yeah.
the
So this is a medium heavy. This is a 7'3" medium heavy.
okay.
Or excuse me, 7'5" medium heavy. There's 3/8 to 1. I can throw I like fishing like the Clutch Eco on this thing. I fish that a lot, and I'll throw G Crazies and some bellows gills and stuff on this guy. And then they have the what's called the Predator series that just came out. It's a big game specific, so like muskie, swim bait stuff that they
yeah,
just came out with. So it's definitely worth the look. And they have it's all cork finish on the bottom of it too.
yeah. Them corks are sweet. They have
Yeah,
a carbon wrap that looks awesome. Man, it looks like
mhm.
a glove. Yeah, they were sick.
Yeah, dude. And they make one that's rated. I believe it's up to 1.5. I had one of them for a little while. Uh, I still do. I still do. It's in the car, I believe. And it's rated at like about 1.5. So, you can fish. I fished the Metro on it really well. It's
Yeah,
I believe it's a 7'6". It's in the 6X lineup.
yeah,
It's a pretty sick rod. Still has the carbon wrap on the bottom of it.
yeah. Heck yeah, I'll have to check them out. Them
Yeah,
are all. I love.
definitely go take a look at those.
Yeah, I love sweet looking rods. Yeah, I'm a sucker. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get something that's like cool looking. It's something that was like gonna work better. I swear.
yeah, dude. The Tricas are no joke, man. They're a little bit smaller of a company, but they're
Yeah,
definitely getting up and going. They're no joke. They're no joke of rods. I have not had anything wrong happen to those rods.
yeah.
Nothing, no problems at all.
They're gonna be a company that grows really quick. You can tell.
Oh my goodness, they're flying right now. They're really doing well.
Awesome. Yeah, that's sweet to hear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. What's the biggest fish? You may have touched on this a little bit. What's the biggest fish you've ever landed on a big swim bait?
The biggest on the big swim bait, I would say it was probably like maybe like a 6 pounder. I would say it
Yeah,
was after the spawn though, so it was might have been a little bit on the lighter side, but it had to have been like a 23 incher, 24 incher,
yeah,
and it was just big old mouth on it.
yeah,
And that was my biggest biggest glide bait fish for sure. I did have one though that I hooked into on that one I didn't mention was on the on a trout on my Cali grill, but it was
yeah,
a 6 inch that I never even like put into production at all.
yeah.
Yeah, it was just a little wooden 6 inch version of it that I painted like a bass. But the other one that I hooked into was on a wooden gill that I made, just a little random one that I carved up. I was testing, and it was like a huge freaking bass, and I had like no control over this bass whatsoever. I seen it come up and like head shake, and I would say that that thing was like pushing 8 to 9 pounds. And for
Yeah.
here, when you hook into like any bass here over 4 pounds, they're like something about them. They're like a brute, and they
Mm.
just fight so hard. And like I had no control over this fish on like a little like uh crankbait setup, pretty much.
Yeah.
And yeah, it just took my line. I'm fighting it, fighting it. It took me like down. There's like a bunch of sandgrass in this pond, and
Yeah.
in the middle of summer, it'll go from like you could throw like a 6 foot diving crankbait out there, burn it, and it'll never touch that grass. And then in
Hmm.
the summer, you'll start seeing that, and it's like this big like mounds of it. And that thing took me into that, and like I could see bubbles coming up. I'm like, oh, my bait's gone, the fish is gone, but it shook off the bait somehow, and I pulled the bait back and got my bait back. But yeah, that fish was like epic, legendary big.
Yeah. That's one. It sounded like that fish definitely put up a fight.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I had one day, I would say 6 months ago, I shook off. I want to say I hooked into 3 fish that were eight 8+ pounds all in one day,
wow,
and I definitely seeing that bucket of a mouth just come up and do the whole head shake type deal, and man, that put some butterflies in your stomach
oh yeah,
for
yep.
sure.
When they're doing that, and you see how big their mouth
You're like,
is.
oh no, it's like a mix of emotions. You're like, I'm so excited I hooked into this,
Yep,
but how am I going to get this in?
yep. You question it. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Got a
It,
thousand different things going through your head.
yep, yep.
Yeah, man. Well, awesome. So we're getting in a little bit into your bait making. Can you give us a brief overview of your company and the baits that you make?
So like I started off like pretty much only wood baits. I would say exclusively wood baits when I was like selling my own baits. I
Okay.
started uh, airbrushing, like I'd have people send me like doing custom painting and that. But
Okay.
then started off like totally like hand carved wooden baits. And then I think it was like I started seeing like the Hinkles and like Piz and
Mm-hmm.
doing the resin baits. And I was like, crap, because I thought they were wood. I was like, how are they making so many wood baits? Because I didn't
Yeah.
know nothing about resin yet. And then I like started learning all these are resin. I was like, wow, I can make a ton of baits,
Mm-hmm.
get people's hands. So I started doing that right around I think it was like 2018 maybe
Yeah.
is started doing like the resin baits. And then yeah, did the resin ever since then. I don't think I ever like did any more wood, maybe just a couple for myself, or if someone
Yeah.
would order like one, I would do some for my buddies and that. And then I think it was about maybe 2 summers ago is when I started doing soft baits, and I
Mm-hmm.
did the little bluegill, the Bob's bluegill,
Yep.
and then I did the Bob's weedless trout too. But yeah, I think I definitely would say I like doing the hard baits more. I'm just not
Yeah.
a fan of the soft plastics. They smell when you're cooking them, and that it's just not really my thing. But I still love them though. I've caught like I've had my best day on that Bob's weedless bluegill
Uh-huh.
at this it's like a little pond, and I knew it was loaded. Like I fished there my whole entire life, and I knew it was loaded with good ones. And I
Yeah.
caught some here and there, but like I had my best day on that. And it was because I the summer before I was using the Huddleston grass minnow.
Okay.
My first time using a HUD, and I was like nailing left and right like 3 pounder, 4 pounder, and I was like, and this thing's magic. And I was like, I gotta make like something like it, but like a bluegill profile,
Yeah.
something that's got like that slim body. Because I know
Mm.
they were just killing it, but there's nothing in there that even looked like that thing because
Yeah.
it's just bluegill in this pond. I was like, I got to make a freaking bluegill version of that. I don't care. Sell it, make a bunch of them. I just want it for myself. So I just, like that winter, I started carving it up out of wood, and then like made the mold and all that. I
Mm-hmm.
thought, I think I did, yeah, I did the first one out of wood, and then I cast it, or I made the mold, and it was just like swam like crap, totally on its
Yeah.
side. And I was like, God, man, this thing is killing me. It looked like it was, and then maybe like 3 or 4 more I did, and I was like about to give up, and I was like, just try one more, and then I'm done. Because like all the tails were crappy, and then that last one I made, it freaking swam. I was like, this is it, heck yeah. And then a little bit of tinkering with like different hook sizes,
Yeah.
open, and that magic day, I was like, holy crap, man, maybe this is something I could sell actually.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'd say mostly just like the resin baits now, and like here and there I'll probably do some soft bait drops still,
Yeah.
like especially in the summer too. I think is a good time for them.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, the summertime definitely good for soft baits, but you're doing a great job as of all your hard baits you make. I definitely fished the heck out of the was it the 5150 shad?
Yeah,
I fished that one quite a bit.
yeah, I appreciate it, man. When you post that, I love seeing them pics, man.
Yeah, dude. I actually have it right here. Yeah, that's her right there.
All right,
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it was like the Nest Raider color, wasn't it? The carp or something.
Yeah, the carp. Yep.
Yeah,
This one has seen some definitely seen some fish. I chipped the back end of it. It's got hook rash and all sorts of back stuff
yeah.
to it. So it's been fished. It's not one that hangs up on the wall. It's one that it's this one stays in my tackle box 90% of the time.
Heck yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
got another one for sure.
yeah, no, definitely. This one's this is one that definitely gets bit, man. I mean, especially around here. It's just there's not really a profile quite like it. Is what I really like about it. It's a very tall shad because shad aren't thin. They're not small. They're not, they're thin as far as like their width, but
Yeah,
their height, they're not a thin fish. They're not like a herring, they're very tall. They have big shoulders on them, you
yeah,
know. And that bait definitely captures the shad the way that they're supposed to look. So
yeah.
I think you did a really good job, especially in the carving and the scales on it.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah,
So
it's always been like a passion of mine. Is just I love putting that extra work into like the wooden one. Is because like you you make that first one and then there's hundreds of people that are gonna see that one. You know what I mean? Because
mhm.
so it's yeah, it's I love putting that extra detail into that wood. I just think about every little skill that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like when I was doing it, I look back and I made so many wooden ones that I sold just one of. I'm like, God, how was I keeping up doing that? Just not really having the time to sit there and carve each scale perfectly and
Yeah.
little mess ups here and there.
Well, yes, dude. Sometimes it's the mess ups that that fish love for some
Yeah,
reason. That it's those little quirks about a bait, giving it character. That sometimes if it makes it just somewhat different from another bait that they're seeing,
yeah,
they just bite it. They
yeah.
just bite it differently.
A little bit wider, taller,
Yeah.
something about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I changed the hooks on this one actually. I changed the hooks. I think I started to run number twos on it. And
Okay.
so the bait actually floats pretty high.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So what I do is I keep that rod tip down in the water and I chop and I give it a nice firm chop to
Yeah.
it. And that thing, I don't know. I had a was it 15 fish day on
Wow.
it. And it was just insane. It was fish
Yeah.
after fish after fish after fish, just doing that over and over and
Yeah.
over and over. And this is just all out of one pond.
Jeez.
They just came unglued for it.
Yeah, it's something about that choppiness is when you'll catch a bunch of fish doing that. I feel like it might not be
Mhm.
like monsters, but like the choppy baits just get bit for some reason.
They just get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's another thing that sets your bait apart. What I really, really like about this 5150 shad is the joint. Let me
Oh yeah.
see this there. So the joint is so different from say, let me pull it out another bait down here. Compare it to. So here's a trick, or here's a bull shad. So the bull shad's got that regular pin in, and then it's got the hook hangers right there,
Yeah.
the screw eyes. And his bait right here has got the molded joint in with it. So it has the pin right there, and then but it's kind of like it separates in the middle, creates a hole in it. So it gives it a different texture, kind of like a 316.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And
That
so
was my inspiration was like the 316s, the Hiroshima
yeah,
time Hiroshima was doing them. Who else? I think like the Hinkle is, but you can't
yes,
really see it. It's like
yeah,
way up somehow, which I don't know how he does that. It's like hidden in there,
yeah.
but it still has enough room because whenever I've tried to hide them, it's hard to get that bait to like really
Hmm.
angle. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't bend as much. But yeah,
Well, all I'll tell you about this bait is don't change anything.
heck yeah.
Don't change anything. I love this bait. I think it's fantastic. I
And
mean,
then
it's
this,
tied onto my rod 90% of the time.
that 7 inch is the one that gave me like the hardest trouble out of like any of my hard baits building them for some reason. I don't know
Yep.
what when I go out and test each bait, like when I make a batch, I test each one, and like the 7 inches for some reason were like ones that would give me like a ton of trouble. Ones that just did not swim, and I would have to like just sit there and tinker with them. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is about them 7 inches. I think it was that it was the back end was a little bit bigger than
Yeah.
the front end, so that like really I had to mess with the weight on that to
Yeah.
really get it to work. But yeah, they're ones that definitely, when I'm tinkering with them, you really got to like play with those. They're not too forgiving.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a dense bait. And that's one thing I've always noticed about it. It's like the regular choppy baits are very light. They're very has a lot of micro balloons, and like the micro balloon ratio makes it a little bit more flimsy. And
Yeah,
your bait is super dense, it's super solid. And
yeah,
so kudos to you for being able to make it slow sink, because I know the less micro balloons that you do use, uh it causes it to sink a lot faster, obviously.
yeah,
So being able to evenly weight this bait with it being so dense and heavy, which
yeah,
is good. Like it's a good thing. I like having a big solid bait that I can throw. I don't have to worry about if I smack it on the rocks or something like that, it's just going to completely crumble.
yeah.
So
I feel you.
no, this bait. That's why I'm able just to put this bait through the ringer, and it just doesn't disappoint me.
I love too that you notice that you get it to float with a little bit smaller size hook, dude. Because that's why I like a lot of people be like, dude, your bait's it ain't sinking like fast enough for me. And I like to make them like really like an extra slow sink so you can like mess with that. Maybe like put like a little
Yeah.
bit bigger hook. Because I notice like when I'm fishing in clear water is when I see them fish following it. I
Hmm.
pause it and let them look at it. And I like if I have a bait that starts sinking like even like that, like they're
Yeah.
off, they don't care. Like
Yeah.
if like kind of suspending, they'll sit there and like stare at it,
Hmm.
that bait, and get them to like react to it. So that's why I always have done like extra slow sinks. You'll never like really see me do like a fast sink model on any of my baits. I don't think I've ever done a fast sink.
Hmm.
But if someone asks me to, like, because I do custom orders, so if they ever ask me to, I'll of course like do it. But I just when I'm doing my drops, I always just like that extra slow sink.
Yeah.
Or on the bigger baits, I do like a slow sink because I know like the striper guys like fishing them in current, so
Yeah.
I'll a little bit faster on those. But yeah, like the choppy baits, I feel like maybe a little bit heavier because you're really working that thing. You don't want it blowing out too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, that extra slow sink's my favorite for sure. Whenever I'm making a bait for myself, it's extra slow sink.
Yeah, dude. And making it that super extra slow sink makes it super tunable.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what I like about it. If you want to fish it fast and you want it to sink down faster, you can mod it. Don't be afraid to mod baits.
yeah,
If you like it to fish a certain way, then fish it a certain way, you
yeah,
know? Me
yeah,
personally, I like fishing it because I can bring it down if I want to. All I have to do is burn it down, then I can chop it lower
yeah,
when I have it set up. Uh, but I like fishing it just right under the surface.
yeah,
That's the best way that I feel like I get bit on that thing, just because uh, from the way it handles itself and the way it sits. And those fish are obviously looking up towards the bait
yeah,
anyway. And so they just see it just barely under surface. They see a shad fleeing and they just nail it,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. I feel like 90% of the time you want that thing like maybe a foot under the surface. Like I'm never fishing like a fly bait really deep. Like I know
Mhm.
on the West Coast, probably like the 250s and stuff pretty deep out there in them reservoirs. But
Yeah.
I think I'm mostly like 1 foot's good for me. If it's
Mhm.
going at 1 foot and I can control it right there, I think that's where I like it to be.
And fish will come up for it, you know? If they're down deep, you don't need to nail them in the face, you
Yeah,
know? You don't need to have it whiz by them at Mike Jesus.
yeah,
Those baits displace so much water,
yeah.
uh, so that they will be able to feel it. They'll be able to see that bait, from 10, 15, 20 feet above them
Oh
and be
yeah,
able to come and track it down.
yeah, yeah. I remember when I was like first getting into like glide baits, or it was really when like glide baits really started like taking off. I remember people called them search baits, and
Mhm.
you would just throw that to find fish because they had that drawing power.
Yeah.
That was like that's why I named the presence skill the presence skill, because like I felt like it had that big presence in the water.
Mm-hmm.
and it just had a slow, just big S wave to it, and I would throw that thing and just have fish follow it, and then follow up with like another
Yeah.
bait and catch them on that. It's like a fish finder to me.
Yeah. It's a fish finder without spending $1,500 on a new unit, you know?
Yeah, you're fishing from the bank, you got to know where them fish are.
You gotta
Stay.
figure it out. Yeah, dude. It's kind of like the way that it definitely got brought over from Japan. I know that the like the giant baits like the 300 slide swimmer that just came out, magnum size baits. There's the manifold baits.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they're not meant. Those baits, they like the 600 millimeter manifold or something like that. It's not
yeah,
meant to catch the fish necessarily. It's meant to draw that fish in so the angler can see it.
yeah,
Especially in B-well that's so heavily pressured.
yeah,
Anglers just use it to draw that fish in to see where that fish is, and then they come back the next day with say like a Nico rig or a wacky rig or use a drop shot, put it right in that fish's mouth, and they eat it. So
yeah,
that's a lot. So what you're saying is completely true, and we definitely have adopted that from the Japanese quite a
yeah.
bit.
Yeah, I never thought about that, but that is true because they've been doing them crazy big baits for a long time. People are
A
like, "We're
long time.
that bad," but it wasn't about that. It was like finding the freaking.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've caught more fish probably doing that, more bigger fish doing that, and just pitching something at them fish that followed that in than
Yeah,
anything else. And I
yeah,
told my cousin because we fished this campground that had all these little ponds in it our whole life, and he's about 20 years older than me, and we both knew there would be like here and there like a big bass in there once in a while, and
yeah,
then one summer I was like, dude, I'm seeing so many freaking big fish following this bluegill glide bait I made, and you won't believe it. I've never seen so many big fish in my life,
mhm.
dude. It's crazy. Taking him and showing him, and he's like, "Holy crap, man! They're just coming out of nowhere, following this thing in 3, 4, 5 fish, just following this thing, and they wouldn't hit it." But I was like, "Dude, it's showing us where they're at."
Yeah,
That freaking little weed patch right there's got five pounders in it. We're just gonna fish that all day.
do it.
I know
Yeah,
that.
man. It definitely is a good tactic to help you find fish. Not even, I mean, yes, they definitely commit that kind of stuff. Of
Yeah,
course, that's why we have so many of them.
yeah.
But definitely as a tool as well.
Oh,
We've done well and fishing on lakes and stuff like that. Just using that cadence. When we bring a fish to the boat and just put a wacky rig right in its face, and then he'll slurp it,
yeah.
or a bellows gill or whatever, and they'll chew on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love like one of my favorite things to have on is just a jerk bait, like a suspending like 2 hook jerk bait.
Yeah,
Uh, favorites the KV KVD. I don't know what the size of it is, but it's the one with just 2 hooks.
yeah,
Like like that. And like if I'm fishing super clear water, the Pointer 78, I think, the
yeah.
Lucky Craft, and it's silent. So like when they're following that glide bait in, like I can pitch that in there and it's silent. And I usually have like a clear, super clear one, and they'll hit the bait usually 8 times out of 10.
Hmm.
Follow that in because they're already keyed up and they'll see that, react to it real quick.
Yeah,
I can usually get them to bite that. So that's a good one to give a shot. Try that out for sure.
yeah. I'll definitely try that out. Definitely got to throw the jerk bait on all that. I'll do that. I have an upcoming trip for spring break. We're going up to my family's lake house.
Awesome.
Me and a buddy, he just bought a new boat, so we're gonna go break in the boat up at Smith Mountain Lake, and
Oh, sweet.
I'll definitely try that out.
Heck yeah, man. That's
Yeah.
get some bellows kill too. I've been
Oh
wanting
yeah,
those and just never got around to it. I'm
dude.
always through with my own stuff, and I really want to try that. It looks like an awesome bait.
Oh, they are worth the usage, man.
Yeah.
And I like free rigging them. That's my favorite way to do it. It's
Oh,
a free rig to a 7/0
oh,
EWG. So that's the way I fish it.
yeah.
I love the what is it? the beast hook version. I like throwing a beast hook in it,
Okay, yeah,
but I don't know. There's something about that free rig, especially if you put a little bobber stop maybe
yeah,
occasionally on it. Put it about maybe a foot up. It
okay,
it definitely works. So it's
yeah,
kind of a modified T rig. That's what I could. It works. Those things just get absolutely whacked.
yeah, yeah. It's something weird that I don't think like all of them have seen yet. It's
Mm-mm.
so new to them.
It's definitely a weird profile. It's creaturey, very. I mean, crawfish mixed with a shad. It's
Yeah,
definitely it's definitely interesting, and it's definitely something that keeps the fishing engaged.
yeah,
Especially the way I've caught a lot of fish on the bellows gill is just kind of come in bangs. I'll look for roamers and fish that are wolf packing, and I'll flip it in right on top of them or about a foot off and just sit there and twitch it and just
yeah,
get it to shake. And it shakes up and down, kicks up and down, and oh my goodness gracious. I have a video on my page uh throwing it. I was throwing it on my Omega Finesse and I just literally just see me tap 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 wham and
yeah.
he just engulfs it.
God, yeah.
It's so fun.
I love too. Like I know I love fishing like swim baits, but like fishing like shaky head or something. That feeling is like awesome when it goes bam like that. I still love doing that.
It's so satisfying, especially when you're throwing these ginormous, like I like to call it the mag finesse, so the magnum finesse stuff. When
Yeah,
you're throwing like the G crazy, the bellows gill, stuff like that, uh, it's you get the same bite as if you were throwing a soft plastic swim bait
yeah.
that just kind of annihilate the bait. It's insane. It's definitely worth a shot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
definitely put that on my list of baits to try this year for sure.
definitely needs to be pretty high up on that. Yeah, man. Um, so you may have touched us on this a little bit. When did you start making baits and why?
Uh, I would say I started making them and like I'd say like I can remember like my first time like actually making a wooden bait was like 2009,
Yeah.
just because like I really didn't have access to like I started seeing I would get the Bass Pro catalog and start seeing baits in there, but we
Yep.
didn't like in our Bass Pro, and I just never like had access to oh,
No, you're good.
went to low power mode. Yeah, I just never had access to like be able to get those big baits. So
Uh-huh.
I made my started making my own. I literally made it out of like a little piece of pine, like 1x4.
Mm-hmm.
It was really crappy. I basically just copied off of like a I can't remember the brand. It was like True Tungsten or something. It was like a 2009 like bluegill like shaped bait, and I
Yeah.
just thing. It was like 4 pieces, really cheap little eyelet hooks that I got at Home Depot,
Yeah.
but like, it swam, and that was when I knew like, holy crap, I can do something with this. Like I just got to fine tune it.
Yeah.
Then after that, it was just like one after another. I just kept fine tuning it until they started looking cool, and then like I'd make some for my cousin, and then like my brother was like, "Dude, you could probably sell these," and I was like, "I could never sell them. They ain't gonna happen."
Yeah.
I was like year after that, I was like, maybe I should just like I started posting pictures of them to see if anyone would like be interested in it, and then I think it was like maybe 2015 is when I started selling the wooden ones. I started
Yeah.
getting wood and that. Sorry, my dog's chewing anything he can in here.
It's okay.
Started like getting better wood and better paint and that,
Yeah.
selling them.
Yeah, dude. That's
2015.
awesome, man. Yeah, definitely. You still have any of your wood baits with you?
Uh, yeah, probably got some. Oh yeah, got wooden carp I made actually right here. This was probably like 2018 is when I did this one.
That's so sick.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, like carving the scales in like a piece of wood like that, you know, it's just gonna be like one is like so insane. Like it's so takes so much time. Like I can't
Yeah.
even tell how long these took to make. And I really like wasn't selling them for that much as when I started doing it. I think like these I sold for like probably like 125,
Yeah.
and a wooden bait now is like $200 probably.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Roman maids are,
yeah,
oh my goodness, ridiculous price. The Merman made mother. I pulled the trigger and bought a mother, and that thing ran me about $400. That was insane.
yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when I was making the wood ones, like of course was inspired by those, and to see like how much they're making on them, and I was like, dude, I'm spending just as much time making this thing. It was nowhere near as refined as theirs, but
yeah,
dude, I want to be making $400 on
yeah.
this. Oh man,
$400 a bait would
yeah,
definitely be a kicker.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was selling a lot of my stuff back then. I don't even think I had a website yet. I was selling it on eBay. I'd just tell people to go to my eBay page.
Yeah,
Like a lot of times, I'd just take offers on them. I was probably making a bait for 15 hours and selling it for $75 just to get by.
yeah, dude. And your resin stuff is criminally underpriced, dude. Like
Oh,
all your those glide baits are criminally underpriced. When I first was looking at them, I was like, what? There's no way. Because your baits look like a Hinkle or something like that. They like that kind of quality. And so I was looking at that and I was like, there's no way this bait's $90 or $100. And they're like,
yeah,
there's no way.
I
So
appreciate
I
it.
picked
Yeah,
one up and I was like, yeah, well, it is, and it's just as good as any other $200 bait. So
yeah, yeah. I've always tried to keep the price down just to get it into more hands. Like
mhm.
I knew I would never like make like a fortune off of this. Like
Yeah,
I still don't make a fortune off it at all. Just getting by, barely doing it, but it's just like a passion.
yeah,
Really just don't crank those prices up too much. I've never like been into that like hype side of it to like make like, oh, this is a $400 bait or what. It's
yeah,
just where I feel like the time that I put into it, I just kind of judge it off of that.
mhm.
If it's like a bluegill bait, like you might see one that's like a bluegill like 6 inches, like 125, and then I have like a trout bait that's
Yeah,
like five, because like bluegill like took a lot longer. Like I might have hand painted it, you know, because I do
yeah,
like hand painting still with a brush, so it
mhm.
took a little bit longer. So that's why it might be a little bit more.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah. I try to keep the prices like at like going rate basically. Like I
yeah.
try to keep up on that. Maybe a little bit better of a deal on it. Yeah, definitely try and keep them low. I like to keep them low for sure.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, I've gotten a couple of guys to buy them. They're because I have a lot of friends who are in the market for a nice resin glide, but they don't want to spend resin price.
Yeah,
So the price of other baits being 160 plus, you know.
yeah.
And then I'm like, well, how would you get buy this one that's better than those for cheaper? You know?
I love
So
it.
it's definitely been a big seller as far as getting the baits. It's amazing bait as well, but that price, man, you're
Yeah,
capitalizing on on definitely helping your bait get into people's hands and just keep
yeah,
bringing a great bait for a great price.
yeah. I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
dude, no
And
problem.
no one really says that. I get like you'd be surprised still to this day. People would be like $100 for a lure. That's crazy. I'm like, dude, if you only knew how much some of these baits are.
That's coming from somebody outside of the swim bait community.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
somebody who has no idea what it takes and what
yeah,
goes into making one of these baits.
yeah,
You know, all the carving, the pouring, all calculating micro blends, the stress, the hours putting in one of these
yeah,
boats.
yeah,
Uh, so yeah, I have no problem spending $100 on
yeah,
it. If
yeah,
if they don't want to spend $100, go buy an ABS Chad chat.
yeah,
You know, just go if you want to stay in that realm. More power to you.
Yeah.
I just don't like when people say, "Oh, it's outrageous." Don't do that. Because I mean, if it's not your bag, it's not your bag. You know,
Yeah.
it's not. If you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it. Just go fish. Do fish what you're fishing. You know, leave it out of everybody else's business.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, do you have any upcoming bait drops?
Oh yeah, I got the and I'm calling it right now the and deluxe, but I haven't settled on a name. It's basically just I added soft fins to the and gill.
Yeah.
I put some wings on the back, like the little
Oh,
staple, because I noticed like when you're burning it and then you start chopping it, it'll like want to twist and turn a little bit,
yeah.
and this gives it just a little bit more like stability.
Okay.
It working. I did it last year on the 6.5 5150, and
Yeah.
I need to do that on the andgill too. That'd be sweet. And I got it
Mhm.
uh, on the 11-inch trout too. And for some reason on the trout, it makes it glide out so much wider.
Yeah.
Just keeps it more stable and doesn't like turn over, and it just glides out so freaking far. And
That's awesome.
like on a far cast, get that thing to like go like that. And it doesn't really want to do that on the and, but it definitely keeps it like I can burn that thing and it just stays upright.
Yeah.
I just love it so far. It looks awesome, and I got
Yeah.
them soft ones on that too. Soft wings on the back.
Uh-huh.
Uh, yeah, the soft fins, the little pectoral fins on the side sticking out. I think that's gonna be like a fish catcher this summer for me for sure.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pick one of those up there.
Heck,
I'm excited about that.
yeah, I think I'm looking at hopefully next Friday for it. If
Okay.
not, it'll be like the second week of March.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sweet. Well, I'll shoot that out in my store. Make sure you get some attention on that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man. Yeah, man. Are you looking at doing any shows at some point?
Oh, like the Swimbait shows.
Yeah, like expos or any gatherings or anything like that.
I'm hoping next year that I can do the one by me, the outdoor. It's like the fishing show, outdoor expo
Yeah.
at our expo center. But yeah, I'd never travel too far from home. I want to do one of those though. Like
Yeah.
hope future sometimes that my buddy from John Outdoors, he's
Uh-huh.
always like me. He goes to like all the shows. I'm like, dude, you're so lucky. I can never get like the time off to freaking go do that. He grinds, man. He'll make like a ton of baits really quick to be able to go to these shows. I'm like, I
Yeah.
can with him. He's
Yeah,
just,
dude.
he's a maniac, man. He can really like make some baits. Like usually when I'm doing a batch, it's like 10 baits or so, and he can like do 20. I'm like, dude, how are
That's
you doing it?
insane.
Yeah, he has a little bit of help from his buddy, and they can just power through it, man. But
That's
yeah, I've never I want to go to them shows, but I just don't think I can get like that amount of lures together.
yeah.
Really have a good showcase.
Mhm.
And like whatever I take the time on to make, I usually end up having to sell
Yeah.
pretty quickly. So I just can't build up that like big display case. But it's
Yeah.
something I want to do in the future.
Yeah, dude. Definitely it's definitely worth the trip to do. Yeah, I want them to do another gathering this year. I'm
Yeah,
looking. I missed the one was it 2 years ago in Virginia, and that was really close.
yeah, I think
Uh
that. Yeah,
yeah, I missed that one, but I go to ICAST every year, and that's always fun.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's
You-
it's it's a blast. It's a lot of work, but it's a blast.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. Yeah, it'd be so crazy seeing all them pros there, man. That'd be
It is insane.
that'd be so sick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Uh, it's kind of funny. You're talking about Hank Parker earlier. I was um when I used to work at a tackle shop in Winston, and one of our frequent customers was Billy Parker.
Okay, yeah,
So Hank Parker's son.
yeah.
And so Billy and I became good friends, and I ambushed his dad at ICAST last year,
Oh no,
and snuck up behind him, said hi and everything, and I said, "I'm gonna send you a selfie to your son." I took a selfie with Hank and send it to Billy. I thought it was super funny.
That's so sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Yeah, they're awesome guys. Like
Oh,
I've
they're
watched
great.
him my whole life, and he's just like the coolest dude.
Oh yeah, they're such cool guys, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude.
love Hank. I love all them guys. The Bill Dance is like. Sorry, I got a bunch of pop-ups coming up on my screen. I just plugged my phone
You're
in.
good.
But yeah, like Bill Dance and all them are like my heroes, man. Like Bill Dance, growing up, watching him just got me so hyped for fishing. It was
Oh
so
god,
sick to meet him like at one of them shows would be like insane. I
yeah.
met
Oh yeah.
Jimmy Houston when I was like 7, and
Yep.
that was like surreal. I could remember every minute of that meeting him.
Dude, yeah. I went with our booth with Gamexis every year is right next to Jimmy Houston's booth. Sorry, I
Okay,
fell into my mic. But yeah, so I get to just sit there and hang out with him all day, and it's always super super fun. And
yeah, it's
Bill
awesome.
with my interaction with Bill Dance was super funny. I was kind of in shock when I
Yeah,
saw him. I was like, "There's no way. There's the king right there." It's like
yeah,
I'm like, "This is the guy who started all this, basically." You
yeah,
know, he's one of the founding fathers of modern day bass fishing.
absolutely, yeah.
And so I literally, all I said, I went straight up to him. I said, "Thank you for everything you've done for the sport," and then ran off. That's it.
That's all you
I
can
literally
say.
just was kind of like starstruck. I was just like,
Yeah,
yeah, like it was crazy.
that would be me totally, dude.
It
I don't
was,
even know if I would be able to say anything.
dude, yeah, it was so funny. And he's like, "Thanks, Ellis. I really appreciate it."
Yeah, just
And,
typical Bill Dance
yeah,
response.
typical Bill Dance, who is so nice, and his wife
Yeah,
is with them, and they're just such nice people.
yeah, he's just like I've never heard a bad thing. You never hear a bad thing about Bill Nance, Hank Parker, all them
Yeah, you
guys.
don't.
They're just
They
like
just
a class act.
it's so funny because we talk about the sport and we do have our Mount Rushmore just like every other sport does, like the Michael Jordans, LeBrons, and we have Steph Curry, and then we have Wilt Chamberlain. But we also in that world, if you were to go up to those guys, they got all sorts of security and they don't
Yeah,
want to talk to you. They get 1,000 people a day. You go up to any of these guys at this event, all they want to do is talk fishing.
yep,
You know,
yeah.
it was so funny when I first met Hank. I got trapped in a conversation with him and Jacob Wheeler.
Oh
It
wow,
was me, Jacob Wheeler, and Hank Parker having a three-way fishing conversation.
no
And
way.
I'm just sitting there like
In
I'm usually
awe.
the one who likes to yap fishing, and that's part of the reason I have this podcast. Is
Yeah,
so I can just get my yapping out,
yeah,
rather than putting it on everybody else.
yep,
Uh, but I got out talked by those guys, and they just
yeah,
kept talking and kept talking. I was like, "What? Like, what's going on?" Like
yep.
I'm
Yeah, I
usually the
can't even
talker. I'm usually the
imagine.
guy in this conversation who's explaining stuff to people and like, "This is how you do stuff like that." And
Yeah,
then
you
I'm
just try
just
to
sitting
take it all in.
I get ambushed by Hank Parker and Jacob Wheeler and just get trapped in between these guys and a bunch of press and PR. And I'm just
Yeah,
standing there like, am I supposed to be here? Like,
no.
I'm just a guy with a no name channel.
Like, are they filming a show right now? What is happening?
Yeah. And I got put on Jacob Wheeler's YouTube channel.
Oh, sweet.
I introduced our cyberbait to the Gamexis cyberbait to him and gave him one of them. At the show, and it was so cool. They're
Oh,
just all
sweet.
they're all such class acts.
Yeah,
So nice. They're just the most down to earth people you'll ever meet.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. All right, I'm gonna do one last introduction. I'm gonna get you to introduce yourself one more time. I'll let you have the floor for a second.
All right, thank you guys for watching this. If you made it this far, listen to me blabber over here about all my baits and that. But yeah, you can find me at Hallelujah Lures. Ellis will drop all the links. I can't remember. I got Hallelujah Lure Co.
Yeah,
Hallelujah
definitely.
Lures. But yeah, I think it's hallelujah-lures.com, and my Instagram's also Hallelujah Lures. And I do have a Facebook page that my Instagram's linked to, but like I never like check the messages for some reason on there. I always get caught up on Instagram, and then like messages on there will get backed up. So yeah, just hit me up on Instagram for any questions, and all my drops and stuff I keep posted on Instagram the most, and my YouTube channel as well. On my I do a lot of reels on there. I know people get sick of seeing the same. I'll be posting like a drop for a reel, and they're like getting pissed that I'm putting like 400 reels just coming up in their feed. But I'm like, whatever, dude.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah, but I want to also thank you, Ellis, for having me on here, man. You're awesome.
Of course, dude.
It was good talking to you, and I appreciate you like showcasing my baits on your Instagram page.
Oh yeah, no
I
problem
love
at all.
seeing them pics too of you catching the fish out of your hammering them all the time. That's awesome to see.
Yeah, thank you, buddy. Yeah, and I really appreciate you coming on. This has been a blast.
Heck
But yeah, I'll I'll tag all your links down in social, so everybody can find you. And but yeah, man, well, awesome, dude.
Awesome.
I'd like to thank you again for coming on. And we'll definitely keep in touch, and we'll hopefully do some fishing sometime at some point.
Yeah, heck yeah, absolutely. That'd be a dream, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, dude. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. Thank you for listening to episode 4 of Swimbait Sunday with our guest, Hallelujah Lures. It was definitely a great episode. Got to chat it up with the guy himself. Definitely great baits, great price, nothing but quality, and the greatest customer support you could ever ask for. All right, guys, so y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, anything you can do to help this channel. Definitely put in the comments anything you'd like to hear, any guests you'd like to see on here, any recommendations, anything, just put it in the comments. Once again, guys, I'll see y'all for episode 5. Take it easy. Peace.